Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for watching, appreciate it. This is going to be late night tarot. Been a little while since I've done one of these, but we're going to take a look at the physical side of things, the intimate side of things. So this is the 18 and over only video. This is in no way pushing you to do anything. This is at your own discretion. But we're going to be looking at, instead of like love or financial, we're going to look at the physical side of things, the sexual side. So I'm going to go through all signs. We're going to look at the desires, any blockages, and advice. So take it, use it how you want. Remember, the same goes, these can always be reversed, and it is just general. So this will be time stamped below. Again, please use this at your own discretion, okay? All right, so 18 and up only. Let's see. So I don't post this on YouTube too much. It's usually a membership thing, but I like doing these too. We're gonna take it public tonight. All right, so we're gonna start with Aries and with Pisces and just go through the zodiac, all 12 signs. So, all right, week ahead. What are the physical energies, the intimate energies for Aries and the person on their mind, please? Desires, blockages, and advice for Aries for the week coming up-ish. All right, Aries. So make sure you check out that membership below if you are interested in seeing these weekly, because like I said, I don't always post them. All right, you guys have the Six of Swords crossed by the High Priestess, and your advice is the Queen of Chalices. Wow, she's kind of a cool energy in this deck. So with the Six of Swords here as the desires, it's kind of like taking things out of the norm, and becoming as like one out of the like the normal. Somebody here wants like to switch it up, take it out of routine. What's blocking it is the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is about waiting. Everything is already there, it's in play, but some patience will have to be taken with the situation because somebody may be going through like an internal change, things like that. So there may be some waiting, but you know, somebody's desire here is to switch it up. For your advice, you have the Queen of Chalices. So in this deck, the Queen of Chalices is like the Queen of Cups, but she's very gentle, very sensual, and don't get caught up in genders, but you know, like very tender kind of loving, taking it slow, paying attention, that type of thing. So that's your advice for Aries. All right, moving on to Taurus. Week ahead for Taurus. What is the desires, obstacles, and advice for Taurus for the physical relationship for the week ahead? So make sure, you know, if you do like seeing these and you like to see them weekly, then check out the membership below. All right, Taurus for the week ahead for the person on their mind. What's going on in the physical realm? Desires, blockages, and advice. All right, you got the Eight of Swords crossed by the Four of Chalices, and your advice is the Fool. I mean, it's pretty simple here. The Seven of Swords is at the bottom, so things may feel like it could be a brand new relationship, or it may just kind of felt like things are a little off lately, or maybe you're a little pushed away. So with the Eight of Swords here, actually for desires, this is about like kind of learning to trust not only yourself but your partner. If you have like any doubts or insecurities, kind of addressing that. But it's kind of a weird card for not weird, but for desires, because it does have a lot to do with like addressing issues and being willing to learn and to let your like your body kind of just guides you, not giving it like a whole lot of overthinking there. Because what's blocking it, you have the Four of Chalices. So this can kind of be getting stuck into routine, not really switching things up. So, you know, somebody can kind of, there may need to be some freshness, or just like you know, making your partner feel comfortable, because you have the Fool for the advice, and this just kind of is about like spontaneity, walking on the edge, taking a walk on the wild side, you know, just kind of like out of nowhere type of energy. Switch it up, because you see this person is just walking here and there's people back, sorry, can you see, you know, kind of just switching it up, like take a chance, don't get stuck in routine. All right, so moving on to Gemini. Week ahead for Gemini. What is going on? Desires, blockages, and advice for Gemini, for them and the person on their mind for the physical side of things. Gemini. So make sure if you do like this reading, you check out the memberships. I really enjoy doing them. I don't know why. This says a lot about me, right? All right, Gemini, week coming up for them and their person. All right, let's get it for the gems. 3, thank you. Okay. All right, so you have the King of Wands crossed by the Knave of Chalices, ending with the 6 of Wands. All right, so the King of Wands is in sexual tarot is really about commitment and being close and like holding each other close. So this is in a position of desires, and this is a time where like commitment is important and feeling like things are mutual, like you both want it, being very close. So that's the desires. Interesting enough, what's blocking it is the Knave of Chalices. So this can have to do with actually jealousy, but it also has to do with doubts, or, you know, maybe feeling like communication may need to come into place, because somebody may, it honestly feels like somebody needs that closeness, but they may feel like they're not really giving it to you like you want, or, you know, they may feel like they may not have your full attention. So for your advice, you have the 6 of Wands, which is like growing together and becoming closer, and even if that means kind of stepping away from the situation and then coming back to it, kind of touching, or, you know, not even on a sexual level, just knowing that, because it really feels like somebody needs like that closeness right now, or to kind of know that, like I said, that they're giving it to you, right? All right, Cancer. So, week ahead for Cancer, what are the physical side of energies? Desires, blockages, and advice for Cancer. So if you guys do like this video, make sure you check out the memberships below, please. If you'd like to see them weekly, I post them every now and again on YouTube, but not too much. A lot of other things going on. All right, so Cancer, week ahead. Physical side of things for Cancer and their partner. Whoa, the Magician, the 7 of Chalices, and the Star for the outcome. All right, so I mean, recently somebody could have kind of talked themselves up, either kind of been separated from the situation, could have lied, or kind of talked themselves up into something that they're not. For the desires, actually, you have the Magician. So this is somebody wanting to be courted, wanted that chivalry back, like, you know, kind of courtship, taking it slow, going out to dinner, and not just, you know, just not a wham bam thank you ma'am. Because what's blocking it, you have the 7 of Chalices. So it's kind of just like going with the flow, and that kind of fuel things and lead to like other things. So, you know, for the Magician, it's almost like somebody just wants to be shown that like they're worth the time, the energy, the attention, like more than just the physical. And then, you know, it seems like some type of flow comes with this after that happens, because with the advice here, you have the Star, which is about attraction, but it's about also letting go of any like self-doubt, and it'll just happen. It's kind of the same with this flow, like a whole lot of spontaneity. It's like once this person gets attention on like a level of knowing that, hey, I'm worth more than just kind of, you know, laying down, there's a whole lot of flow that actually comes, and a whole lot of attractiveness that's a really good energy. So the need to just let it ride and this kind of just mushes together is here big time. Like, you don't even need to push it. You don't even, you know. All right, Leo. Week ahead for Leo and the person on their mind. What is the physical side of things, please? What plopped out? Because we had, okay, you got the Chariot, which is Cancer energy. This is in a position of desires. So, wow. Cool energies. So with the Chariot, you kind of just it may be, well, it's a desire, but kind of the switch tactics, like the way that you're coming at it. Maybe, you know, somebody would like to try something a little bit newer, to come at it a little bit in a different way. Like whatever that way is, you know, maybe a little bit more aggressive, maybe a little bit more sensual. But because what's crossing this is we have the Strength card, which actually is a card of domination and control. Kind of both of these are kind of just taking the bull by the horn, switching it up, and, you know, type of energy. Because with the Seven of Pentacles here at the bottom, there could have been like some tiredness or some lacking lately, or, you know, somebody just not really you know, completely there, and maybe for whatever reason. But for your advice, you have the Ten of Wands, which is like the power of two people and making sure that both are satisfied on each level, like equal give and take. But there is a lot that can come from this. It kind of seems like a lot of like rare energy. The Strength card is your card, and this is, I mean, you can see she's like taking control. It's definitely a card of like domination. And so the fact that we have for desires, somebody kind of, you know, wanting to switch things up, come in from a different angle, just take it how you want to take it. All right, Virgo. Week ahead for Virgo for the physical. What is the desires? What's blocking it? And what's the advice? Virgo. Week ahead for them and the person that's on their mind, please. So make sure if you like this reading, you like and subscribe below, and also check out the memberships if you want to see this type of reading weekly. All right, Virgo, what's going on week ahead? You have the King of Wands crossed by the Death card and the High Priestess. All right, you guys got some things going on. And it doesn't have to be bad. With the King, actually, it's not. With the King of Wands here for the desires, that's a lot of commitment. That's a lot of like holding each other closely, and not only that, but it being mutual, kind of like wanting each other, like being pulled. And this King of Wands in this kind of deck actually, you know, really values that close time. So what's crossing it actually is the Death card. So with the Death, you kind of may have, or somebody may have walked away from not the situation, or maybe not just there as much, because this is a card of like temporary abstinence, and that actually, like if a relationship's going through a lot of changes and things like that, so that could be the case. But walking away and then coming back to it, this could be kind of what's abandoning it. I mean, shit, what's abandoning it? What's crossing it? Because it's like somebody's desiring this closeness, but then the other person may kind of not be there as much in the element. So for your advice, you have the High Priestess, which is about waiting, because it's already there for you, and it will come when it's supposed to. So you know, maybe it's time to take a step back and then think. But the desires here are, you know, definitely wanting, but it doesn't have to be just like you know, straight sexual, because this can be about embracing and like just cuddling and things like that. All right, Scorpio. Week ahead for Scorpio and their partner, please. Physical side of things. What are the desires? What's blocking it? And what is your advice for Scorpio, please? Okay. All right, well, actually, you have the Queen of Swords there for desire. So your situation actually gets a little bit more trickier. Because with the Queen of Swords, sometimes it is about like exploring, but somebody may have a desire right now to kind of it's about solitude. And, you know, if kind of like, if things aren't on the up and up, this type of energy will kind of push away, even if it hurts them. Like, even if it kind of makes them neglect their self here. So, you know, somebody kind of may just want to be alone right now. What's crossing it is the Lovers. So the Lovers is like a seductive energy. Like, not only in just like, you know, when you're around each other, but maybe sending little messages or, you know, some type of picture or something like that. So that kind of may need to be where things, like where things have to get to it. Because it's definitely like, even with nature, with this card, nature can kind of get things back into the flow of things. But, perfumes, you know, things like that. But it has to be more than just kind of raw coming at it. So for your advice, you have the Six of Wands, which is about touching and getting rid of any doubts within like the situation between each other and also within self. All right, so next up we have Libra. Libra. Let's see what's going on for Libra for the week ahead for their physical and the person on their mind. Libra. So if you guys do like this reading, please make sure that you check out the memberships below. All right, what's coming up for Libra and their person, please, on the physical front? All right. Oh, okay. Knight of Wands, like that energy. What's blocking it is the Three of Pentacles, and for the outcome, you have the Ace of Swords. So with the Knight of Wands here, especially for desires, that's kind of just like letting things be free and happen, and kind of you know, just escaping kind of where things have been, not having any fear, and kind of just going for it. It's actually like a really good straightforward energy, especially for desires, because it's kind of just like letting go of all fears, breaking out of old molds, and, you know, going for it. So what's blocking it, you have the Three of Pentacles. It's about kind of feeling protected. Like somebody, you know, may need to feel really secure and able to open up and be themselves, and not as far as like, I mean, like expressing themselves. Like there may be like a level of security that's needed, because for your advice here, you have the Ace of Swords, which you can kind of see like there's a lot of bondage on here. You know, kind of tying up, and in which case you have to have a certain amount of trust in yourself and the person, right? I mean, to allow something like that. So it's like accepting yourself, letting go of self-doubts, feeling secure, and trusting the person that you're around, that you're with. All right, so moving on to Sagittarius. Week ahead for Sagittarius, for them and their partner. What's going on with the physical side of things? What are the desires, any blockages, and what advice do you have for Sagittarius, please? Physical side of things. So if you do like this reading, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, check out the memberships if you'd like to continue seeing it. Okay. Got it. Look, for desires, it's actually kind of interesting. You have the Six of Chalices, which can be, it's almost like memories, or like looking at pictures. How you may even be thinking about like something from the past may have caught your attention or something like that, but you can't allow any like blocks, memories, thoughts. Maybe you came across a picture to kind of like set you back. That's an interesting card for desires. What's crossing it is domination. Sorry, the strength card, but that's all about control and domination and things like that. And the 8 of Wands here for advice, it really just feels like, you know, kind of taking the time to, even if it's not like going all the way, like the little moments that you get, the little things that you can do, any extra time that you can get to spend with each other, because it kind of feels like somebody's missing something here. And it, I mean, I don't mean like another person or something like that. Just maybe like the memory or like how things used to be. I don't know what it is. Because with this 8 of Wands, it's literally about kind of just enjoying each other and finding any time that, you know, even if it's just, you know, watching a movie, sending a text, sending a little picture or something like that. Like just taking any time you can, even if it's just 5 minutes for each other. Because it does feel like somebody is missing something here. All right, Capricorn. Week ahead for Capricorn and their partner, please. For the physical side, what are the desires? What's blocking it? And advice for Capricorn. So if you guys do like this reading, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also check out the memberships if you're interested in seeing these weekly, because I don't post these weekly. Okay, so kind of you have kind of a couple of waiting cards here, and then for the desires, it's the 5 of Wands. So it's kind of like just sitting there watching. And it's also like you can't expect, like, if you just sit there for things to be like done in return. It's not very much of an action card, actually. It's like, and maybe, you know, that's the position of desire. So maybe right now, like, you know, somebody just kind of wants to, it seems like there's some pullback here because it's crossed by the Magician, which is a card of courtship. So, you know, this may be that somebody has to put in a little more oomph, go out to dinner, you know, maybe like start over, start things new, and kind of just taking that slow. Because for your advice here, you have the Judgment, which is actually a really nice card. But it's kind of about being closer. And remember that this is an advice position, but it is about, you know, things have been kind of stagnant because the High Priestess is here. And that is about waiting. There could have been some control, trust issues. It doesn't have to be any of that here. But for your advice, it's like changes within self, but in this whole dynamic as well. Because this does indicate that there's love around this. Actually, there's feelings, there can be feelings involved, because you see like the little angel up there, Cupid. So even if things have been kind of stagnant, kind of, you know, this has a need to kind of like take it back to the beginning. So you may not be dealing with a brand new person, but kind of like, you know, going out to a dinner and exploring that and kind of just like starting over. It could be a brand new person, but somebody right now kind of seems like in the beginning stages, or kind of just the watching, just observing. All right, so Aquarius. Week ahead for Aquarius and the person on their mind. What's coming up for the physical? What are the desires? What's blocking it? And what is your advice, please, for Aquarius? For them and their person. So if you guys do like this reading, please make sure that you like and subscribe below, and also check out the memberships if you're interested in seeing this weekly. All right, so, and then with the King of Swords, all right, somebody may have to kind of either appreciate or kind of change things up, because for the desires, you have the Lovers. It's almost like an art of seduction is what kind of comes across, because this is like a seductive energy. And And actually it's very it's a good card. It's like a perfect guy, but somebody kind of wants to be seduced more, so like build up to it, not just rush into it, because what's crossing it is you have the World. So this is like being it's a card of like gratification and having a complete relationship. And actually it's a good card for what's blocking it, because it's a pretty peaceful card. It is a card of, you know, being gratified. So for your advice, you have the King of Swords, which can be a card of fondling, but it also is indicative of something that, like, even if there's been difficult times, like sometimes you have to find like different types of strengths or different ways of doing things to kind of keep it spicy. Because you can see like there's still kind of like an outside energy here, and not saying another person, but something that's kind of like in the room. So kind of a seductive, and it's like it goes more than just like going all the way, like the leading up to it, or, you know, like the foreplay, but the foreplay lasting, like I said, like text or pictures, or, you know, maybe making dinner, like that shit would really probably help. But I mean, you don't really have, you have the World that's crossing this, and that, like I said, that is a card of, you know, being satisfied and really having that feeling of completeness and peace. So I mean, it's really nice seductive energy. But this King of Swords for the advice is just to remember that through all things, especially with this, like, you're gonna have to find different kinds of like strengths and approaches towards this, hence the seduction. All right, so Pisces, if I can pick up the cards. All right, week ahead for Pisces and their person on their mind. What are the desires? What's blocking it? And any advice for Pisces for the week ahead for them and the person on their mind. So if you do like this reading, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, if you're interested in seeing this reading weekly, okay, thank you. Check out the memberships below, because I don't always post these weekly. Nice energy. You got the, for, oh, what's happening? Nothing's happening. I think there could just be jealousy or some self-doubt, if there has been any type of thing. Because for the desires, you actually have, oh shit. So for desires, you actually have your card, the Queen of Chalices, which is a great card. But for desires, this is a card of like a lot of gentleness and like passion and like being all, you know, like a gentle, loving, love making type shit. That's the desire. What's blocking it? You have the Empress. So, and that's the invitation. It's not necessarily been put into action yet, but it's there. Somebody, it feels like somebody wants it. But for the advice here, you have the Knave of Wands. So, you know, it kind of may be like looking at the situation or the person more than just like the outside or like the physical appearance, and kind of go more into feelings, because that's what this card is. So it feels like there is a need to like look deeper, like the invitations here, and somebody kind of wants this. But over here with this Knave of Chalices, there could have been some jealousy or kind of like some self-doubts. There could be like some insecurity on somebody's part, but the Star is here, so just go with the flow, because it'll come together. But looking at things from a different way, from a different perspective. And also, you know, with this one, it can be if you have feelings for the person, you know, or if there's something like about their personality that kind of is like, ugh, but it's not horrible, but it may kind of turn you away. Like look at more of the situation, look deeper than what, I mean, because somebody, the invitation is there and somebody wants this closeness. So don't just look, you know, at like some physical or like character traits. pay attention to, you know, body language, things like that, and look a little bit deeper. The Strength card, it's about control. You know, somebody may kind of just want that, because you see this Empress sitting here, but not in, but you have desires. It's like a gentle, so a gentle control. Does that make sense? Because it does feel like somebody is kind of there. So all right, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this reading. If you did, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. If you are interested in seeing it on a weekly basis, check out that membership below as well. I appreciate you all watching, and I will talk to you soon.